Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video and some F1 2022 game leaks. Yep, it's not unsurprisingly, this game has now been leaked so much now that we pretty much know a lot of the details. There's still some details that we don't know, like career mode, my team, but F1 Life, which of course is EA's brand new money generator, is starting to take shape. Now, I know, thanks to once again Tom Henderson, who originally wrote that article when this was originally announced back in March, was it? I think it was. And we have all 8 cars that you will be able to drive as part of F1 Life, being firstly the McLaren 720S, which was seen in the end of Tuesday's Miami trailer, and the McLaren Artura as well. These are going to flash through on screen, by the way. Ferrari F8 Tributo, if I'm pronouncing that, I'll probably butcher that name, I apologise. The Ferrari Roma, the Mercedes AMG GTR Pro, the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series, the Aston Martin Vantage F1 Edition, and the Aston Martin DB11 AMR. And there's also the Mercedes AMG GTR and the Aston Martin Vantage, which are the 2 safety cars as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to drive those. I did ask, I didn't get a reply. But nevertheless, those are the 8 cars that we'll be able to drive in F1 as part of F1 Light and in the new Pirelli Hot Laps, which again, details we still don't know what form that's going to take. I imagine we'll see something at some point. Staying with F1 Life though, I'm going to bring you back to somebody pointed out the F1 Life starter pack option. Now, this may have just gone over my head, but it's the thing that someone's pointed out is make your space your own. Now, a lot of people are now speculating that we are getting some sort of apartment so we can hang the wall art up, etc. And obviously there might be a garage, a little bit like with GTA, where you have those houses, for example. You'll have like the inside, like wall art, and then presumably then you'll have access to a garage where you get to view all of your cars as well. This is not the first time that this has been rumoured, something like this, or even leaked, because back in F1 2019 there was something similar that was leaked that never made it to the game. But if Codemasters have been working on this for 3 years now, there's a possibility that, well, we know that they work in 2-year game cycles, so this could be an additional resource that they've been working on for a little bit longer, probably due to the delays caused by COVID, probably as well. So that's just bear that in mind, that we may have already seen this. I believe, I can't remember. I don't think I have the screenshot. The screenshot's not available anymore because the Twitter user, who was an actual employee of Codemasters at the time, that Twitter account got disabled because of copyright as well. So yes, but basically, if I remember rightly, it had like a television. There was like a room where you had like your helmet, and you had like a load of you had like a room, and then you had a load of like those bookcases, but you've got the seat, but you can they haven't got the bit at the back end, so you basically put through stuff through the other side, and with helmets and other trophies and whatnot as well. So that's what I think. You never know, we might get that as well. I just thought I'd clarify one thing that hasn't not been able. If you have a PS4 or a PS5, an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X, then you'll be able to play with players on if you're on a PS5, you'll be able to play with PS4 players, and similarly with Xbox Series S and X, or mini fridge, or whatever you want to call it, and the Xbox One, you'll also be able to play against each other. Don't know if crossplay, because of course that was a leak as well. I don't know if that's yet to be confirmed. Hopefully they do confirm it, but they might have gone quiet on that if they've had issues with it. That's the only reason why I think they've gone quiet on it, because it's as broken as F1 servers as we know now. F1 Online is broken. So, and I'm also then going to now. I've got a still shot. I'll play the video in just a moment, but I just want to point out the HUD for this year. Now, obviously this was leaked yesterday as well. You've probably already seen it as well. We're not going to watch too much of Miami, because I imagine you've already seen pretty much the lap. It's not a great track in my view, but this weekend's racing will decide. This is only from time trial. What I have seen, that the position counter, where the 11.524, there is if you're in a race, it will say like 3 out of 20 on that left hand side of that bar. That's pretty much it. I mean, the left hand side pretty much has not changed at all. And also the speedometer thing. Note there is a mini-map option, and all of this is still customizable, like it was on F1 2021. So notice there's a bigger ERS thing as well. So you probably spend time playing around with it, as well, customizing it as well. So here is the lap. This was the hot lap in McLaren, leaked by McLaren because they forgot what day the video should have been released on Twitter. AlphaTauri also did the same thing on their Twitter as well, but there was in helmet cam as well. So yes, this series of corners, not this one, there's a series of corners that I don't like. Again, you've probably already seen a lap. It's this series of corners. So, you know, this looks a bit flat, and then you think, oh yeah, I'm just about to get going. Then you come to this series of corners. Well, what? That's the worst series of corners ever. Like, there's just going to be trailing round slow. So we'll see how it gets on in real life, but expectations are not high for this weekend's Miami Grand Prix. Now, as you know, Charles Leclerc was also released as F1 and S1 ambassador, and this thing got released. Now, I haven't seen this anywhere else. I'm not gonna lie. I'll leave links to everything, by the way, so you can go and watch this for yourself. A lot of this again is based by Miami as well. There was just a couple of things that I did want to point out. As well, again, it's been made for social media as well, apart from obviously the onboard with Leclerc as well. Obviously they got that again, that backward shot. Notice this picture with the champagne. Might we be seeing some refreshed podium scenes? We'll have to wait and see, because the podium scenes haven't been updated for absolutely ages. So we could see that. Again, we got the spinning car round, which I did suggest might be part of F1 Life, but also could just be a new celebration for winning the Grand Prix. Not that people, I don't think you're allowed to do that though, unless they give you a fine of 5p to do it as well. Again, a flash there of some more celebrations, celebrating with the team as opposed to just getting out with the car and having a nice celebration. Instead, when you win the Grand Prix, like they do in real life, you go over to the team as well. So yes, I don't know what happened to this little ambassador reveal, whether or not it got lost or something, but there we go. And the final leak is a little bit more sceptical. This is now, as you know, EA are slowly killing off all of the Codemasters websites. In actual fact, this is EA's new forum, help forum, and one of their general discussion things, I'm not going to lie, EA have allowed for somebody to post some stuff. Now, take this with a pinch of salt, I must admit, because this is about customization. You can see here we have a customization. Now, obviously this is the FOM car. It looks like it's got that same horrific fat body nose, so that's something. But you see you've got different customization numbers, including the base paint. These look like decals, sponsors, or maybe that's sponsor, sorry, with the dollar, decals or something. Maybe this is the wheel cover. That would be cool if we could customize our own wheel covers. Sponsors, the number, or maybe that's wheel color. I don't know. I'm just speculating what this is. Again, this might be fake as well. That's just bearing that mind as well. Obviously, you can copy for another design, which I don't. Can you do that? I don't know if you can do that. This might have just, again, this might just be a mock-up of somebody that's made. But if they have, if this isn't what it is, then it's such a shame. As well, and then also we've got under stickers, we've got standard, custom, community, and favorites. Now, the reason why a lot of people in this forum are sort of saying maybe not is because of some of the sponsors that are here. For example, Mobile One and Puma, who are sponsors of they are sponsors of teams in real life. The others are also, I understand Pirelli and Bose, of course, the headphones. They no longer sponsor Mercedes anymore, and people like Intel, Logitech are partnered with McLaren technically. So I've got Honda. I think this is the new IBM logo, or supposed to be. So a lot of people are skeptical about the realistic sponsors, but remember that MotoGP game had realistic sponsors, albeit in the form of F1's related sponsors, and then also they also had some, sorry, not F1's related sponsors, MotoGP sponsors, and then they also had the games developers as a sponsor as well. So that's why a few people are saying maybe this is not actually real and it's a mock-up. Also notice community, and that means that the modding community could create and load their own sponsors in as well, which would Codemasters don't like the modding community over what happened with the Formula 2 leaks back in F1 2018. It's been 4 years. They really need to get over it, but they still hate the modding community to this day, mostly because of that, but also because of the changes that we make to the game to make the game better in their interest, but yet they still don't like us. So yes, that's a lot of people are saying that these posts are not true, and they haven't been taken down from the EA's answers or help page for F1 22 as well, so they might be fake as well. So yes, I'm going to finish off with some of the other gameplay that's sort of been obviously released earlier today. There's just a couple of notes that was released in that point that hasn't been released anything else. First of all, pit stops being changed. You now have to manually turn in for a pit stop. And just like if you've ever done the track acclimatization practice program, basically the turn-in optimization, so how quickly you press that right to turn right to turn into the pits, will affect the pit stop time, and it gives you a pit stop average. So a pit stop window between like 2.3 to 2.8, for example. So that's definitely a new feature. Broadcast, I've seen of that. It's pretty much like the replay cameras, with the replay tower as well that they added on F1 2021, but shortened without the without all of the all of the time differences, deltas, between the two cars. It looks like you can do a sprint race at any Grand Prix in Grand Prix mode by the looks of it, as well. And on one final note, Mark Priestley, who I believe used to be an F1 engineer, and Jeff has finally been killed off. So Mark has replaced Jeff. It means that he's a realistic engineer. Whether he'll have been present us with the same stupid strategies as Jeff has, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there. If you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more F1 2022 game news. As soon as it gets released, I'll make a video as well. But until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.